Hi, welcome back to our mini Trogar Academy series. And in this episode, I would like to talk about Trogar Tonglong forms. Let's start first of all with our core form, the Saam Gin. Saam Gin, or 3 steps arrow punch, is our core form, the basic form, and also in the same time considered one of the most advanced forms as well. It's part of the trinity of the 3 most important exercises of the system, Chai Sao, Dojong, and the form Saam Gin. We rather look at it as one of the most important Qigong exercises of the system. The other forms, we call them technical forms, so in our perspective, they are more like fitting into the general idea of forms. And the second form, which I would like to talk more about today, is called Saam Gin Yiu Kiu, which means 3 arrows shaking of the bridge. And this form is actually making a bridge between building a body frame and building a structure and how you start to use it. This is part of the 6 core forms of the system, and basically this is the first which usually we teach the students after learning the Saam Gin. What is interesting in Saam Gin Yiu Kiu? First of all, let's look at the name. You see in it, you find in it the Yiu Q, which means shaking of the bridge, which also is in the form is actually a technique using a specific stance called Kung Jing Ma, or bow and arrow stance. And this is very important because Saam Gin Yiu Kiu is actually starting to teach the usage of power on a longer range, not just straight like in Saam Gin, but also in diagonal directions. And it gives you the opportunity, since you haven't learned yet the short power, to move your power, start to use your power on a longer range. That's why the Kung Jing Ma, the bow and arrow stance, is also included in this form. So basically, when people start learning the Chogar system and they learn the Saam Gin, start building the power and the frame and learning how to generate power as a second step with the Saam Gin Yiu Kiu form, they start to apply it on a longer range and not just forward, but also in different directions. In the same time, it also includes shorter movements, to start also using short range movements, where you want to put in the power you learned in the basic 3 exercises, what I just mentioned before. So why the name is shaking of the bridge? It refers to an approach and a pattern while getting in contact with the opponent, which means we get in touch with the bridge, we get the bridge, and then we suddenly, with the motion where we put the body into it with a Kung Jing Ma, the longer, deeper stance, so we sink into it, we shake the structure and we shake the bridge of the opponent, make him getting it off balance or just moving it away when he wants to come closer. If we talk about, let's say, application, we use it also for dodging. So someone wants to come around, wants to get in contact, puts out the bridge, and as we get in contact, as I explained, we dodge him, push him away, or shock him, put our weight and our structure into the movement and bring out the power to make him off balance or make him a little bit like losing his structure, so we can go forward with the next motion. So, just to recap it, Saam Gin Yiu Kiu, or 3 arrows shaking of the bridge, is our second core form, what we teach the students. It creates a bridge between building power, power generation, and application in the sense of how to apply the power in the techniques. Introduces the usage of the power with longer range of movements, not just directly forward or diagonal. Also introduces short movements. It teaches how to put the body into the bridge, the body weight into the technique, with the Kung Jin Ma, with the bow and arrow stance, with getting low and deep and sinking. Also starts to help the students learn how to use the shock, how to dodge the opponent, how to make contact. So this is the meaning of shake of the bridge form. By the way, if you're really interested in more details, we teach it in our program, even in a separate standalone short format course. So, thank you very much for watching and see you in the next one.